600 teams started out on the road to the Aviva, and now only 2 remain. Ballynanty Rovers of Limerick and St Michael's of Tipperary are here in the Aviva Stadium to live out their dreams and contest the final of the FAI Junior Cup. And former Leeds United and St Patrick's Athletic footballer Aidan Cawley is the man to preview the game. Good afternoon to you, Alan. You've been jumping up and down literally with excitement. 600 teams started out, and here we are with the last 2 remaining, and the right 2, would you say?
Yeah, you'd have to say the right 2 in purely on merit. As you said, 600 teams starting off this competition. It's remarkable, really, and to be left with the final 2, you would have to say they're purely here on merit. They've taken the long route, and it has been a long route, as we said. But yeah, the 2 teams that are fully justified being here, St Michael's, I suppose, done it the hard way, beating the defending champion Sheriff YC, who have been great champions, you would have to say, as well, the last couple of seasons. And of course Ballynanty coming through on penalties in the semi-final against Collinstown. So it's all to play for the two sets of teams today, and a huge opportunity. You followed the competition and both these teams very closely, so where's the winning and the losing of this game today? Yeah, you would have to say St Michael's, the bookies' favourites. I would have them down as favourites as well, from what we've seen in the competition so far. Very strong team, very experienced, very physical, and I think player for player you would have to say they are the best team. But as we all know, cup football can be very tricky, and it all comes down to on the day, really, and you only have to look at the surroundings here. It's all new to these both sets of players, and it will come down to who can handle the occasion best, and whoever does handle the occasion best, I'm sure they'll come out on top. And I know once or twice in your career you've played on pitches not only of this quality but of this size as well, and that could be a factor late on in the game. It will be a huge factor, because not only physically but mentally it's kind of draining as well, the whole occasion. These boys would have travelled up today on buses and stuff, as I say, to be thinking about the game since they've qualified, really. But it really would have hit home today as they travelled up on the bus, so when they come out and they see the pitch. So once they get running around, there'll be a lot of energy used up just kind of thinking about the game as such. So not only physically will it be tiring, mentally as well, because the whole occasion can be draining playing in a cup final. So they'll have to factor that into it. They'll probably go gung-ho on the start, but if I was them, I'd be trying to restore some energy come to the latter stages. We've seen even in the Champions League final last night how draining a cup final and a big occasion can be. So hopefully they don't tire themselves out too early. Alright, well, let's see if there's any Bales or Ronaldos on show this afternoon. It's Ballynanty up against St Michael's. It's the Junior Cup Final, and here's your match commentator, Bernard O'Toole.
Pleasantries out of the way, almost time for action. Match referee today from Roscommon is Eugene Deering. Assistants from him today is Aidan Fitzsimons and Andrew Byrne from the Midlands and Dublin respectively. They get the shout on a big occasion as fans continue to trickle inside the match venue here. An all-Munster final 12 months ago, of course, it was an all-Dublin final as Sheriff YC did 2 in a row, beating Kilbarrack in the decider. What a big day it is for those Ballynanty Rovers and St Michael's players, with a good crowd inside the Aviva Stadium. And a check of the 2 teams. Well, so much experience in this St Michael's team, in particular in that back 4. Higgins, Breen, Walsh and Buckley, all junior internationals in their own right. Buckley, a winner of this competition with Fairview Rangers in the past, also the man who scored that wonder goal in the previous round in the semi-finals. Well, Ballynanty Rovers may be the surprise package, but plenty of punch in there, in particular in Dunphy in midfield, a former League of Ireland player with both Limerick and also Kilkenny City. He scored so many important goals. And captain and hero in the previous round, Stephen McNamara, the man who saved 3 penalties against Collinstown, as Ballynanty Rovers look to upset the odds here today. Great excitement in both camps this week, great excitement in Tipperary and Limerick, but the time for talk is over. Underway in the biggest game in junior football here at the Aviva Stadium. And as we said before kick-off, so much experience in that back 4 for St Michael's. Just trying to feel the way out. Doran back all the way to Daly, who's been beaten for pace early doors here. And then forward for St Michael's, who would love to hit the front early on. They scored a really early goal against Carew Park back in the quarter-finals. Fahy now on the ball. Overlap provided by Higgins. It's a big pitch out there. He's whipped his foot around it. Quinn with the header. And that's going to be a free out for the foul by Quinn on his man. But a bright start by St Michael's. Higgins. Patient play to Fahy. Carr on the overlap should they need him. Here's Ryan. Good ball inside. Can't pick out Quinn. Attack is still alive as the shot comes in from range. Bright start here by St Michael's.
Yeah, an excellent start from St Michael's, as you say, Bernard. That was Slattery this time getting the shot off.
Ryan. Here's a player that Ballynanty Rovers will want to see get on the ball and do things like this. A race on between Buckley and Purcell. Purcell has the beating of him. Walsh across the cover, and that's a good ball played across. And it was just too far ahead of FAI, but really good play down this right-hand side by Alex Purcell.
Outstanding play, Bernard, by Alex Purcell. He left Buckley for dead there, and it just goes to show he does have the beating him. If they can get the ball to him in a one-on-one situation, he will definitely have the beating of Buckley, as we've seen there. It was a brilliant ball into the box as well. The only problem was only one other man in the box supporting him, and that will be the problem that Ballynanty have, in particular on such a big pitch, is trying to get up and support Purcell. But brilliant play by him there.
More confidence flowing through this Ballynanty Rovers team. Of course, they've already beaten some FAI Junior Cup winners in this campaign. They beat Carrick United in one of the earlier rounds. In possession now through FAI. Doran. Well, they're popping the ball around now with far more confidence than they did for the opening 7 or 8 minutes. Purcell. What can he do from here? Well, he has support, but the step over is the option. He's done really well as Purcell pulls it back. Dunphy had a big moment and fluffed his lines.
He did, and of all the people he would have wanted it to fall into David Dunphy, you've said he had 6 goals in the competition already, Bernard, and that really should have made it 7. Again, excellent play by Purcell on the right hand side. Beats Buckley, all ends up, puts a great ball into the box, and really you would have to say David Dunphy should have scored.
Well, it's a massive pitch out there, and at the moment the 2 centre forwards, St Michael's, are a long way apart. Good play here by Carr, trying to get to the byline. He's got a bit of space now for the cross. Has to go with the left boot, not the stronger of the 2. Heads it in, and it's in the back of the net. St Michael's hit the front. Slattery heads it home, but it all owes so much to Jimmy Carr's ball, and rightly so. He gets congratulated. Super ball in, and well headed home.
Yeah, brilliant from Jimmy Carr down the right. You just mentioned him a couple of minutes ago saying how quiet he's been, Bernard, but that was his first real time to run at the left full, and he cut back in the end and put a great ball in with his left foot. But it was David Slattery, who has been dangerous in the initial few moments as well, and it was him at the back post heading home with a great header. And you would have to say, on the balance of play, it was probably against the run of play. They had a very good start the first 10 minutes. The last 10 minutes have been all Ballynanty, but St Michael's go 1-0 up.
It's not going to be a long throw. It's going to take a bit of trickery. FAI is the out ball. Just couldn't find his man, Dunphy. He can certainly score from there. Knocks it towards Purcell. Acrobatic clearance by Breen. Attack is still alive in a good area. Still going forward is FAI. 3 green jerseys around him, but it's still possession. Ballynanty Rovers as a sent in. And an outstretched right boot of Breen gets it away. Once again, questions being asked of that Ballynanty Rovers defence. And here's Quirk, and he can certainly hit them from here. And that was well read in the end by Hughes, just forcing him out wide. Carr, options through the centre. Slattery and Quinn in there. Could have went anywhere. Luckily enough, it came off the boot of Daly and went behind for the corner.
Good defending by Daly, read it well. Again, it was Jimmy Carr down that right hand side. Good play by Quirk, linking with him. They've just fallen asleep here, Ballynanty, if he takes a quick, but good player by Carr. And really, yeah, it was good. In the end, Daly done well to block the cross, but St Michael's on the front foot again.
Corner kick swung in as the header comes in and it's cleared off the line. It's a really good header by Buckley, who has scored some big goals in this cup run, and almost a bigger one there. You feel 2-0 would have been absolutely huge.
2-0 would have been huge, Bernard. It was good play by Ballynanty in the end, because the lad at the back, Hughes I think it was, who cleared the ball off the line, but it was a really dangerous situation. Buckley with a great header, and really a 2-0 it would have been a massive mountain to climb for Ballynanty, but they're still alive. Good
ball sent in. And there was the 34-year-old, a winner of this competition with Fairview Rangers, almost making it 2-0. Quirk gets it onto his favourite right boot. May just have a go from here. He does Quirk. Comes off Meenan.
Yeah, we're seeing more and more of Carr and Quirk coming into the game now. That was a great run by Jimmy Carr from midfield. Eventually the ball found Quirk on the left-hand side, cut in on his right, and a good effort, but a good clearing header as well.
Quinn. Carr. Bit of space opening up for Carr now. Forced to come inside, may not be a bad option, but he gets it wide again. It's a good ball sent in towards the back post. Slattery heads it back across, and Quinn with a great opportunity. And as he looks around, the flag was not up. It's now up for the goal kick. But what an opportunity for Quinn. And once again, the man pulling all the strings was Carr. Just looked as though he's going to be forced inside here. Carr got the ball onto his favourite right boot. Good delivery. Slattery did well, and really Quinn didn't. And the veteran Daly will take this one. Affectionately known as Mr. Ballynanty, we hear, the big He'll be Mr. Ballynanty for the rest of his life if he can score here. He's left it for others though. Here's Fitzgerald onto his left boot. Good ball in towards Purcell, who goes down under a challenge from Breen. Breen having a word saying, "Get up, I didn't touch you." Dunphy. Fitzgerald has Hughes in support, can't find him. And that's the last bit of action. So far, so good from a St. Michael's point of view, looking to win the competition for the first time since 1974, and they lead at half-time thanks to a goal by Davis Slattery. But an interesting second half to come. Half-time score at the Aviva Stadium. St. Michael's 1, Ballynanty Rovers 0. St. Michael's 45 minutes away from their first FAI Junior Cup success since 1974, and an opportunity to make up for those 4 finals they lost. But an interesting half to come. Certainly loads of positives from a Ballynanty Rovers point of view in that opening 45. As it's whipped in by Quirk, and they've stood where they were. As a chance, and it's off the line. Quirk again in possession, looking to pull the strings. Dunphy looking after him. Michaels almost 2-0 to the good. Carr. Quirk in support. Ballynanty Rovers have a player down in some pain, but looks as though he's going to have to leave the field of play here in a stretcher, which on an occasion like this is not how you would want it to end. And it is going to end here for Fitzgerald. You could just see here, as he landed on the turf here at the Aviva Stadium, he knew he was in trouble, signalling straight away to the bench that he needs to go off. And real concern now on the faces of those Ballynanty Rovers players. And he's in all sorts of trouble there, is Jeremy Fitzgerald. I mean, wish him well. Eddie Radcliffe comes on in his place. Former youth team player, has improved this year, and I'm sure that will have an effect, both positive and negative, on the Ballynanty Rovers players. They'll need to dust themselves down and try to, as best they can, park that for now, as Ryan comes away with the ball, but they've gifted away a long way out. Ryan might have a go from here, and he does, and a slice just wide. Well, they just need to focus on the game now, Ballynanty Rovers.
Yeah, they've just taken their eye off the ball for a second there. Of course, they're going to be upset to see their teammate go off injured, but there's a game of ball, a cup to be won here today, so they need to regroup, refocus on the job in hand. Looks as though Danny McInerney is going to come on, an 18-year-old midfielder. So there's going to be a change in the engine room in the next couple of minutes. It's a second change to that midfield. This one by design for Ballynanty Rovers, who have some defending to do here. Doran finds Ryan. Little give and go, but it's a leggy and tired pass. And here's Slattery. FAI inside towards Quinn. Controls it well. Quinn! And it's got in! And surely now that could be that. What a finish by Pa Quinn on the biggest stage of them all. And maybe 40 years after their sole FAI Junior Cup win, the cup could be going home with St. Michael's. What a finish. Unbelievable finish from Pa Quinn. Everyone thought he was going to square it, but he ended up having a shot himself, and it was a great finish. The keeper will be disappointed to be beaten at his near post, but it was good play. It was again Ryan getting forward, but as you said, Bernard, it was just very leggy from Ballynanty. Just for the last 5 minutes, they've really struggled to get out of their own half. They do look very tired, very weary. Definitely St. Michael's are the more mobile, more athletic of the two teams, and that was a brilliant finish, and you would have to say 2-0. It could be curtains for Ballynanty. Going to be a corner kick here and a chance for St. Michael's to get players up from the back. And a third goal here, and St. Michael's can really start planning their party for this evening. Walsh with a bit of space in there as this lofted towards Walsh at the back post, heads it back. It's a good save by the goalkeeper. Well, he ghosted in there unmarked largely, did Walsh. He'd love a goal, wouldn't he? Swan song.
He did enough, did Walsh, but well read by McNamara once again, keeping his side in it.
Yeah, McNamara keeping him in it, but Walsh, he's gone down with a bit of cramp. Not surprisingly, he's the first. There'll be a battalion of them going down with cramp in the next 5 or 10 minutes.
Well, I think he's allowed that. 37-year-old veteran at this stage. He'll limp on. There's absolutely no chance that he'll let cramp get in the way of what could be a big afternoon. It looks like it's going to be a big afternoon for him. Swung in again, McNamara lets it go, and Walsh! That was his moment. How fitting would it be if he finds the back of the net today? Quinn. Man on the far side in support. As breaking forward now is Ryan. Has Carr in support. Is this going to be the seal on the win? Carr scores late on, as he did against Carew Park. And surely now the long wait for an FAI Junior Cup title is about to end inside the next 10 minutes for St Michael's. Carr celebrates, Michaels celebrate. The cup is heading to Tipperary, it seems.
Absolutely fantastic goal, Bernie. You'd have to say it was Ryan again, full of energy in the midfield. The 88th minute, and he's the one breaking forward. Ballynanty are out on their feet, but he played a brilliant ball into the box. Jimmy Carr, who's been so lively this second half, great first touch, finishes it with his left foot, and as you said, 3-0, and that's game over. The cup will be heading to Tipperary tonight.
Perhaps a shot on goal. It was well defended though. FAI back there helping out as the shot come in from Purcell. And it would be fitting if Ballynanty are to score. Purcell got his name on the scoreboard. Good ball sent in, and well, the substitute was the man trying to get on the end of it, but big Frank Lee just couldn't get there quick enough, and in the end it was an easy one for Aaron Wall, but it was a chance.
Yeah, definitely a chance. A great ball in by Dave Dunphy, very dangerous. Lee trying to get on the end of it, but just a little bit out of his reach.
St Michael's very comfortable late on here with 5 minutes to go. They can start thinking about climbing the steps. They could be thinking about another goal here. Is it going to be a double for Carr? Goes one way and the other. Sight a goal. Jimmy Carr! 4-0! And Carr scores again. A double for him, as he did against Carew Park. Well, there's tired legs out there, but Jimmy Carr isn't one of them. Well, defender went to ground, and he picked his spot and finished really well.
Jimmy Carr really has been brilliant today.
Purcell. Referee has already looked at his watch as Purcell goes on. What a fine game he's had. Helped around the corner, falls on, and was well defended by the goalkeeper come sweeper Aaron Wall. Throw in taken by Buckley, whose goal played his part in the semi-final against Sheriff. Daly in possession for Ballynanty Rovers. The St Michael's fans whistling away. They want the referee Eugene Deering to blow the full-time whistle. St Michael's are the Junior Cup champions of Ireland. The 40-year wait for success at this level is over, and after 4 times of knocking on the door and not being allowed in, they are the High Kings of Ireland. A quadruple in a fantastic season for Jason Purcell's side, and a fitting way to end the season and possibly to end the career of James Walsh. They've won everything available to them. They've beaten all in front of them. Tipperary South District League champions, Munster Junior Cup champions, Tipperary Senior Cup winners. But on the biggest stage of them all, in the Republic of Ireland, at the Aviva Stadium, they've won the big one, and they've won it well. Dave Slattery with a goal on 20 minutes. Quinn in the second half, and 2 superb finishes laid on by Jimmy Carr. They've only conceded 4 goals in their 9 matches, and well may they celebrate. A superb cup run by them. 35 goals scored. Green is the colour at the Aviva Stadium. St Michael's win the big one at long last. And all that pain that's been suffered down through the years, and all those finals they've lost have breezed away. And quite literally, they've breezed away and breezed past everything in front of them this year, including Ballynanty Rovers. Just didn't happen for the Limerick men. But it's St Michael's Day, and they go to celebrate with their fans. St Michael's win the FAI Junior Cup. St Michael's celebrate. St Michael's 4, Ballynanty Rovers 0. John Delaney, former St Michael's player in his youth, very much his local side growing up. He will have enjoyed this There will be some party in Tipperary when St Michael's land home with the trophy tonight. 1974, Atletico Madrid lose the European Cup Final, conceding 4 goals in the decider, as Liverpool finished second in the English top flight and St Michael's win the FAI Junior Cup. Well, 40 years on, not a whole lot has changed. St Michael's are the champions. James Walsh, at long last, gets his hands on that trophy. Heartbreak for Ballynanty Rovers. St Michael's dominate, and how they've dominated this year. That trophy will be passed around from one end of Tipperary to the other. A superb season for the men in green. St Michael's FAI Junior Cup champions. A 4-0 victory over Ballynanty Rovers. The quadruple is St Michael's.
Here's your man of the match this afternoon in the FAI Junior Cup Final from St Michael's, Mr. Paul Breen. Paul, congratulations. What was that moment like to be up there with your teammates lifting that trophy?
Oh, Aidan, it's been unbelievable. The famine is finally over, and you could see the tears in Paul Tobin and Chalky's eyes in the fans. And it means so much to this club and Tiptown. It's unbelievable. I've never felt that like it before.
40 years ago you won the trophy, and not since, and we know there's been heartbreak along the way. 4 final defeats. And then this year, you've won not 1, not 2, not 3, but this is your 4th trophy, right?
Yeah, as you said, we've had the heartbreak of losing 4 finals, but this makes it all up. To win the FAI Junior Cup Final in a setting like the Aviva, in front of all your family and friends, it's unbelievable. And at the start of the year, we could never have imagined that we would have went on to win 4 cups, let alone the FAI Junior Cup.
And on a personal note, and you're allowed to be selfish, because to get a man of the match award in such a big game, in such a big stadium, is an incredible achievement. How does it feel to be the man of the match today?
Unbelievable. To be honest, Jimmy Carroll's my man of the match, but I'll take it. I would have swapped everything, any accolade, just for the FAI Junior Cup, and it's unbelievable. It's finally win.
Well, I definitely think Jimmy and the rest of the goal scorers will get some of the plaudits. But really, I think the reason you were picked for man of the match was how you led from defence, particularly when you went 1-0 up. But Ballynanty were still very much in it. What were you saying to your players?
Well, we always knew if we went 1-0 up, we've had a good defence side, a good partnership with James Walsh, Chris Higgins and Chucka, 4 internationals there. It was just soaking up the pressure, and we knew we'd catch them on the break again. Ballynanty, in fairness and credit to them, they stayed going and going. They never gave up, and we just hit them in the sucker punch there with 3 late goals.
Here is your winning manager from St Michael's, Mr. Jason Purcell. Jason, congratulations. We spoke to Paul, the man of the match there, and he says this erases the famine. That's in the past now. 4 times beaten finalists. No longer that can be said about you.
Yeah, we've kind of harped on about it all week, and people spoke about the last 4 finals that they'd lost, but I think this is a different bunch of players, you know. They've great attitude, and I think once we got the first goal today, there was going to be 1 winner, you know.
Talk us through a bit of the game then. I mean, you went 1-0 up, but Ballynanty were still very much in it.
In fairness to Ballynanty, they're a very good side, but I think the fact that our lads have been there in the past, they've played in, some of them have played in a couple of finals, so I think that stands to you, you know. And thanks to the God we got over the line today.
In your run to the competition, you probably had the most difficult in terms of facing last year's beaten semi-finalists, then of course coming up against the 2-time defending champions. Did that stand to you today, getting here?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think we played a lot of good sides this year. Away to Crew Park was a really tough game. Home to Sheriff, who were an excellent side. And lucky enough we came through them all, and I think that stood to us today, you know.
And as a manager, 4 trophies in 1 season, some would say that's pretty impressive. In other countries, you'd now be given awards as Manager of the Year. I think you definitely deserve it. What do you think?
I don't know about that. I think it's all down to the players, you know, in fairness. Stuart has come in with me during the year. He's done unbelievable work with the players, and it's all about the players tonight and the club. They've been waiting so long for it, 40 years. I think they should just go and enjoy it now, you know.
Okay. You'll savour the moment? You're not moving on to the next thing? You're going to enjoy this?
Oh, I'm definitely enjoy this. I've been lucky enough to win 5 FAI Junior Cups in the past, but I think this surpasses everything here when you win at the Aviva Stadium, you know. And I think Aviva and the FAI should be commended, because you see a lot of junior players drift away. They like their Saturday nights out, but I think if this doesn't inspire you to come back and play junior football, there's something wrong with you, you know.
It's been a great occasion, incredible level of football today, and it's thanks to you and indeed your opponents this afternoon. So congratulations to Ballynanty, and once again to our winners this afternoon, to Jason and St Michael's. And so we'll finish with the thoughts of Alan Cawley. We were spoiled for goals in the end, an emphatic win for St Michael's.
Yeah, they ran out comfortable winners in the end, but you would have to say it's probably not a reflection of how the game went. For large spells, good 60 minutes, 70 minutes, Ballynanty were very much in the game. I think they ran out a bit of steam in the end. It's something that we alluded to many times. Definitely the pitch was definitely going to be a factor for them. They put a lot of effort into the first half, and they did run out of steam in the end. Michael's then obviously capitalised and got their couple of goals near the end. But overall, you would have to say the best team won, and they were the dominant team throughout. And congratulations to St Michael's.
Alan, thanks for your thoughts this afternoon. So that is it, the end of the FAI Junior Cup. We knew a team from Munster would have their name on the trophy. That name is St Michael's of Tipperary. Deserved winners, winning 4-0 here in the FAI Junior Cup Final. Until the next time, from all of us here in the Aviva Stadium, goodbye.